Heartland Season 19, Episode 2 picks up right where the emotional chaos of Episode 1 left us. Amy is still shaken from the fires, both the literal ones that tore through the countryside and the emotional one burning inside her. After risking her life to save a horse in labor, she came home to a daughter in tears, a family divided, and a love story that suddenly feels impossible to protect. Nathan, who once seemed like her safe place, now feels like a reminder of everything she stands to lose. His sister's betrayal, selling out the Heartland ranch deal without warning, has turned Lou against him, and now Amy is caught in the middle of a war she never wanted to fight. Lou's voice echoes through the ranch, accusing Nathan's family of manipulating them for business gain. And though Amy tries to stay calm, her silence says everything. Her loyalty is torn between the man she loves and the family she's always fought to protect. The heartbreaking part is that Nathan doesn't even defend himself. He tries to explain that his sister acted alone, but Lou doesn't believe him. And deep down, Amy doesn't know what to believe anymore either. Her trust has cracks forming, tiny at first, but now impossible to ignore. When she looks at Nathan, she doesn't see the man who helped her deliver a foal in the fire. She sees the man whose family might be destroying everything her parents built. The tension is suffocating. Every glance between them feels like it's loaded with what they can't say. Amy wants to believe him, but the weight of Heartland's legacy is pressing on her shoulders. She's not just a woman in love. She's Ty's widow, Lindy's mother, and the keeper of a legacy that means everything to her family. And then comes the breaking point. Lindy, the moment that changes everything. After overhearing Lou and Amy's argument, Lindy asks the question no one is ready to answer. Is Nathan going to take Heartland away from us? Her innocent words cut deeper than any accusation. It's the voice of a little girl still grieving her father, scared that history is repeating itself. Amy's heart stops. For the first time, she realizes just how much this situation is hurting her daughter. Every decision she's made lately, from falling in love to hiding her relationship, has affected Lindy more than she thought. It's a brutal awakening. Amy's motherly instincts take over, and suddenly, her love life no longer matters. Protecting Lindy becomes her only priority, no matter the cost. Nathan, on the other hand, feels the walls closing in. The man who risked his life for Amy in the fire is now being painted as a villain. His loyalty is questioned, his intentions doubted, and his love dismissed. When he shows up at the ranch to clear things up, he's met not with understanding, but with silence. Amy can't even look at him. It's not anger, it's heartbreak. That kind of quiet pain that you can't explain. The kind that makes you wish you could turn back time. Nathan tells her that he never meant for any of this to happen, that he's fighting his own sister over this deal. But Amy's voice trembles as she tells him the truth. It's not about business anymore. It's about trust. And that's where things fall apart. Because trust, once broken, doesn't heal overnight. The man who once walked into Amy's life like a second chance now feels like a painful reminder of everything she's lost. And yet, there's still love in her eyes. That's what makes it so tragic. She still cares. She still wants to believe him. But for the first time in years, Amy has to make a choice between her heart and her family. The ranch, Lindy, Lou, Jack, they've all been through too much loss already. She can't let her heart put them at risk again. So when Nathan reaches out to hold her hand, she steps back. That single movement says it all. The silence between them feels like a goodbye. Amy turns away, tears in her eyes, and Nathan finally understands. This isn't just a fight. This is the end. Not because they stopped loving each other, but because love isn't enough when the ghosts of the past still haunt every corner of Heartland. As he walks away, Lindy watches from the window, clutching the photo of her father. And in that moment, it's painfully clear. Ty's memory still defines everything in Amy's life. He may be gone, but the space he left behind still rules her heart. But here's where it gets even more heartbreaking. Nathan isn't giving up. Not yet. In the trailer for Episode 2, we see him alone in the rain, looking out over the ranch as if searching for answers. He knows he's losing her. He knows the odds are against him, but he also knows something Amy doesn't. His sister's betrayal runs deeper than anyone realizes, a secret that could destroy not just their relationship, but Heartland itself. And when that truth comes out, it will change everything. The morning after their painful confrontation, the Heartland Ranch feels different. The quiet that once felt peaceful now feels heavy, like the calm after a storm that left too much damage behind. Amy wakes up early, hoping that work will distract her, but even the horses seem unsettled. Nathan's absence is a silence she can't ignore. Every step she takes reminds her of him. His laughter, his words, the way he made her believe she could love again. But now, that hope feels like a cruel joke. As she feeds the horses, Jack approaches her. His eyes, weathered by years of heartbreak and wisdom, say everything. He doesn't ask how she's feeling. He already knows. Instead, he tells her something simple, something that hits harder than she expects. Sometimes, loving someone means letting them go before they break everything else around you. Amy tries to respond, but her throat tightens, because deep down, she knows Jack's right. Lou, on the other hand, is still furious. The betrayal by Nathan's sister has cost Heartland more than just a business setback. It's shaken the trust they built with other ranchers. She storms into the kitchen with files in hand, her voice sharp, declaring that they can't risk working with anyone connected to Nathan ever again. Amy listens quietly, her hands gripping her coffee mug so tightly that it trembles. She wants to defend him, to say that Nathan had nothing to do with it. But she doesn't. Not this time. Lou sees this silence as agreement, but Amy knows it's guilt, because even if Nathan isn't responsible, he's still a part of the mess, and that's enough for her to step back, for now. Meanwhile, Lindy is struggling too. She doesn't understand everything that's happening, but she feels the sadness in her home. She notices her mother staring at her phone, waiting for a message that doesn't come. She sees the way Lou and Jack whisper in the corner when they think she isn't listening. And when she asks about Nathan, Amy forces a smile that doesn't reach her eyes. "He's busy," she says, but Lindy knows. Kids always do. That night, she pulls out the photo of Ty again. She whispers, "Mom misses you." And it's true. Amy misses Ty. Not just the man he was, but the peace she had when he was by her side. Nathan awakened something in her that she buried for years, and now losing him feels like losing Ty all over again. But the truth is, Nathan hasn't disappeared. He's been digging into the deal his sister made, trying to find out why she did it. What he discovers shocks him. Her betrayal wasn't about business competition or greed. It was revenge, a deeply personal vendetta against the Fleming family that started long before Amy ever met him. Nathan's sister felt humiliated years ago when their family's offer to buy grazing rights from Heartland was rejected by Lou and Jack. That rejection led to financial trouble, and she never forgave them. So when the chance came to get even, she took it. And now, her revenge has not only destroyed the ranch's trust, but also her brother's happiness. Nathan confronts her in a heated argument that ends with him slamming the door and vowing to make things right, even if it means turning against his own family. Back at Heartland, Amy receives unexpected news. The school calls. Lindy's been in an accident during her field trip. Nothing major, but enough to send Amy's heart racing. She rushes to the school, only to find Nathan already there. He was the one who found Lindy after she fell, the one who carried her to safety before the ambulance arrived. The sight of him holding her daughter's hand hits Amy like a wave. All the pain, anger, and confusion melt into something she can't explain. Gratitude, relief, love. For a moment, everything else fades away. Lindy smiles weakly and says, "Nathan saved me." Amy's eyes well up. She whispers, "Of course he did." Because that's who Nathan is. No matter how broken things get, he always shows up when it matters most. But the universe isn't done testing them. When Lou arrives and sees Nathan with Lindy, she loses her temper. She accuses him of trying to win Amy back through sympathy, of using Lindy's accident as a way to fix his image. The words sting, and even Amy is taken aback. Lou has crossed a line, but Nathan doesn't fight back. He just looks at Amy and quietly says, "I didn't come here for you. I came because she needed help." Then he leaves, without another word. Amy stands frozen, her heart breaking all over again. Because Lou might be wrong about Nathan's intentions, but she's right about one thing. Amy can't keep living in this cycle of love and pain. That night, the ranch is quiet again. Amy tucks Lindy into bed, brushing her hair away as she whispers, "Everything's going to be okay." Just when Amy thinks she's made peace with her choice, Nathan appears. He tells her he's discovered the truth about his sister's betrayal and that he's cutting all ties with her to protect Heartland. He says he'll fix what she broke, even if Amy never forgives him. Amy listens, her heart breaking with every word, because this is the Nathan she fell in love with, the man who always does the right thing, even when it costs him everything. She wants to believe that maybe, just maybe, there's still hope. But then, Nathan says the one thing that changes everything. "I love you, Amy, but maybe I'm not meant to be part of your world." The wind howls between them, carrying away the words they'll never say again. Amy's tears fall silently as Nathan walks away. his figure fading into the smoke-stained horizon. And though she wants to call out to him, she doesn't. Because for once, she knows. This is goodbye. The question now is, will it stay that way? Or will fate find a way to bring them back together when they least expect it? Days pass, but the air at Heartland still feels thick with tension and sorrow. Amy goes through the motions, working, helping the horses, being there for Lindy, but her heart feels empty. It's like part of her left with Nathan that day. Every familiar sound, the creak of the barn doors, the wind brushing through the fields, reminds her of him. Jack watches her from a distance, his heart aching for his granddaughter. He's seen this kind of pain before. The same pain that once tore through Amy when Ty died. But this time, it's different. This time, Amy has chosen to let someone go while she still loves him, and that choice is eating her alive. Meanwhile, Lou is trying to keep the ranch running while managing the fallout from the broken deal. She's been on the phone non-stop, doing damage control, apologizing to investors, and fighting rumors that Heartland can't keep its promises. The pressure is immense, and her temper grows shorter each day. When Amy offers to help with the ranch finances, Lou snaps at her, saying, "You've done enough, Amy. Maybe if you had listened to me earlier, we wouldn't be in this mess." The words sting, and Amy can't help but feel like she's being punished for following her heart. But what hurts the most is that Lou isn't entirely wrong. Amy knows that if she hadn't let Nathan get close, his sister's betrayal might not have hit them so hard. Still, part of her can't accept that love is a mistake. Lindy, on the other hand, is struggling to understand why Nathan doesn't come around anymore. She asks about him every day, at breakfast, before bed, during chores. Amy keeps giving the same gentle answer. "Nathan's busy right now, sweetheart." But one evening, Lindy surprises her. She says, "You told me Dad was busy too, and he never came back." Amy freezes. The pain in her chest is unbearable. She kneels down, takes Lindy's hands, and promises that Nathan didn't leave because he stopped caring, but because sometimes grown-ups need time to figure things out. Lindy nods, pretending to understand, but her eyes are filled with tears. She whispers, "I wish he was here," and so does Amy, every single day. But life at Heartland never stays still for long. The fires have left damage across the region, and ranchers are struggling to recover. Amy throws herself into helping others, visiting nearby farms to offer assistance with injured horses. It's her way of coping, a distraction from the emptiness inside her. During one of these visits, she hears something that stops her in her tracks. A neighboring rancher mentions that Nathan has been helping rebuild fences and barns across the valley, quietly offering his time and money to anyone who needs it. "He doesn't talk much," the rancher says, "but you can tell he's carrying something heavy." Amy's heart skips a beat. Nathan hasn't given up, even after losing everything. Her, his sister's trust, his reputation. He's still trying to make things right. That night, Amy can't sleep. She walks outside, staring at the stars, remembering how Nathan once said that no matter how dark, what Amy doesn't know is that Nathan is facing his own storm. After confronting his sister and cutting her off from their shared business, he's discovered that she's planning to sell a large piece of land bordering Heartland to an outside developer who wants to build a luxury resort. If that happens, the ranch's peace, privacy, and grazing rights will all be destroyed. The deal would change everything. Nathan tries to warn Lou, but she refuses to take his calls. Desperate, he leaves messages, hoping Amy will hear them, but her phone remains silent. He knows he can't just show up at Heartland after everything that happened. Not yet. But he also knows he can't let this betrayal go unchecked. He's running out of time. Back at the ranch, Lou finally learns about the new deal, but from an unexpected source. The local paper publishes a story about the resort development, and suddenly everyone is talking about it. Lou's face turns pale as she realizes the connection. The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was strategic. Someone wanted to break Heartland's trust, and now the ranch is vulnerable. Amy reads the article too, her heart pounding. Nathan had tried to warn them. She realizes that the man she pushed away was still fighting for them behind the scenes. Amy rides out that evening, her emotions in turmoil. She can't sit still anymore. She needs to see him, to know the truth from his own mouth. When she finally finds Nathan near the ridge, working alone to mend a fence destroyed by fire, he looks exhausted. His hands are covered in dirt, his face streaked with ash and rain, but his eyes still carry that same quiet strength. For a moment, neither of them speaks. The sound of the wind fills the space between them. Finally, Amy says, "You knew about the resort." Nathan nods slowly. "I tried to stop it," he replies, "but I needed time to prove I wasn't my sister." Amy's throat tightens. She wants to say she's sorry, that she should have trusted him. But before she can, Nathan shakes his head. "You don't owe me anything, Amy. I just couldn't let Heartland fall apart. Not because of me." The way he says it, softly, without bitterness, breaks her heart all over again. She realizes that Nathan's love for her isn't just about romance. It's about protecting the people and the place she loves most. Then suddenly, thunder rumbles in the distance. The sky darkens and rain begins to pour again, as if nature itself is echoing their pain. Amy steps closer, her voice trembling as she whispers, "You shouldn't have done this alone." Nathan looks up at her, his eyes filled with something between exhaustion and hope. "I was never really alone," he says quietly. "You were always there, Amy, even when you weren't." For a long moment, they just stand there in the rain, the storm washing away everything between them except the truth. Amy finally says what she's been holding in for days. "I still love you." But Nathan doesn't smile. He just closes his eyes, as if the words hurt more than they heal. "Then why does it feel like goodbye?" he asks. Amy can't answer, because maybe, deep down, she knows it is. As the rain falls harder, Nathan walks away again, this time not out of anger, but acceptance. Amy watches him disappear into the mist, her tears mixing with the rain. She knows this isn't the end of their story, but it might be the hardest chapter yet. And when she returns to Heartland, drenched and silent, Jack sees the truth in her eyes. The fight isn't over, but to save the ranch, and maybe herself, Amy will have to decide whether to forgive the past or finally let it go. Everything begins to spiral in ways Amy never expected. The calm before the storm is gone. Nathan's silence, his distance, and the truth about his sister's sabotage have left Amy questioning everything she thought she knew about love. When she confronts him one evening, standing near the barn where Ty once worked, her voice trembles. "Did you know?" she asks. Nathan can't answer. His silence says it all. And in that moment, Amy's heart shatters again, just like it did years ago when she lost Ty. The pain feels too familiar, too raw. She realizes she has been clinging to a dream, hoping Nathan could fill the void that Ty left behind, but now, that illusion is gone. Lou tries to help, urging Amy not to give up on love, but Amy isn't sure she can trust her heart anymore. Every glance at Nathan feels like a reminder of betrayal, and every quiet night brings back the ghost of Ty. Heartland itself feels different. Its peace cracked by secrets and broken promises. Even Jack notices the change. He watches Amy from a distance, knowing that she's fighting an invisible battle between her past and her present. He's too proud to say it aloud, but the pain in his eyes reveals what he's thinking. Heartland can survive anything, but can